Hello folks, today I'm going to be changing the oil and oil filter on this 2007 Toyota 4Runner. It has the 4.7 V8 engine, and these are the tools I'm going to be using today. I have a 3/8 ratchet with a 6-inch extension. We have a 14mm socket to remove the drain plug, and a 12mm socket to remove the bolts on the skid plate. We're going to be using 6 quarts of oil. I went ahead and went with the Mobile Synthetic 5W30. Toyota does recommend to go with 5W30. You're going to need your oil pan with a funnel, your oil filter. This is the Toyota OEM filter. I went ahead and got the part number, which is YZZD3, and a couple of shop towels and shop rag. Now the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and remove my oil fill cap. Place that to the side, make sure you don't lose it. Then we're gonna go down here and remove the 14mm drain plug, which is right down here under this hole. You see it right there? That's the drain plug right there, and once again it's 14mm. So we go ahead and put our drain pan in place, and then go ahead and remove it. Alright, so I already went and cracked the drain plug loose. Now we are gonna go ahead and undo it. You want to be careful because the drain plug is gonna drop right down, and it's possibly gonna land in my drain pan right here, but oh well. There we go. Alright, so we go ahead and let that bad boy drain, and go ahead and inspect your drain plug and your washer. Possibly gonna end up reusing this washer. I replaced it last time I did the oil change, so it should still be good. Okay, so now once the oil comes to a really slow leak, we go ahead and replace our drain plug. And you want to make sure you hand tighten this first. You don't want to strip this, so it's always a good idea to hand tighten it. Then you come with your ratchet and tighten it a little bit more. You don't want to go crazy on this thing. Just tighten it to where it's nice and tight. Feel some restriction. Alright, that's good. Alright, now our next step is going to be to remove our oil filter, which is right down here. Right there. And in order to do that, we're going to remove the skid plate. I'm going to move these 2 bolts, 12mm bolts, which are right down here. That's one. too. Once you remove those bolts, your skid plate is going to drop right down. Drops right down, and this is going to give us access to the oil filter right there. Okay, so now we're going to remove the air filter. Sometimes when you take your car to go get serviced at a quick oil change shop, they tend to over tighten these oil filters. You do not need to tighten these very hard. You only have to go 3/4 of a turn once you start feeling restriction. So yeah, like I said, sometimes they'll be under kind of tight, and you will need a oil filter, a special tool to remove the oil filter. But since I do my own oil changes, I leave it perfect, so whenever I have to remove my oil filter, I won't have any trouble removing it. Let me get a little shop towel right down here because I'm gonna spill a little bit of oil. Oh, a lot of oil, as a matter of fact. Probably should have put my drain pan down here. Oh well. Okay, after you remove your oil filter, you want to go ahead and inspect the surface with the oil filter screws on. Make sure that the old gasket is not on there. Alright, looks good. And you want to take a new oil filter. A little bit of oil. Go ahead and lubricate the gasket. And like I said, you don't want to over tighten these, so Okay, there we go. I felt a little bit of restriction. Now I'm just gonna go 3/4 of a turn. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Alright, so after we tighten up our oil filter, you want to go back underneath the car, reinstall your skid plate, and then we're gonna add our oil. I find it a little bit easier if I tilt my jugs sideways. Alright, that's our 6-quart right there. We'll go ahead and reinstall our oil fill cap. And you go ahead and check the level of the fluid. If you see that it's good, go ahead and start the car. Let it run for a few minutes. Shut it back off and check for any leaks to wherever the oil filter is at and underneath your oil pan. Okay, so now once after you're done with your oil change, you're gonna wanna get rid of that maintenance light that's on your dashboard. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and turn the ignition to on. That's that maintenance light I'm talking about. You want to go ahead and push this button to set to your odometer. There it is. Go ahead and turn the ignition off. You hold this button down. Turn your ignition back on. Keep holding it. And there you go. It's off. Oh yeah, one last thing. Quick tip. When I went down to remove my skid plate, I didn't remove it all the way. I had these zip ties right here, you can see. And I got kind of lazy. I didn't want to take them off, so I didn't remove all the skid plate off. So when I went to take my oil filter out, I wasn't able to put my oil pan underneath, and that's why I ended up with this huge mess. So yeah, quick tip, just make sure you go ahead and remove your skid plate all the way out so you can place your oil pan under there. Alright, well, hope this video was informative for you guys, and I hope it helps you guys out. Alright, keep wrenching.